Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Gofor here. You know, alias Fred Gillespie, George Carlin's sidekick. Hey, listen, I got another story about Hollywood. You know, you never know who you're going to run into or where or why. So, I'm living up in Beverly Hills, across the street from the Four Seasons Hotel, but I only got a pager, so I got to run across the street to check my message, see if there's anything going on. And I'm doing some work for George at the time because the TV show's running. It was on Channel 11, the George Carlin Show. And I had my hat on for the George Carlin Show, and I go over to the Four Seasons. Everybody kind of knows me around there, so I'm coming back to my apartment, and I notice this guy with his head underneath the hood of a car out on Doheny. You know, I'm living over on Doheny and 3rd. So I said, what the fuck? So I walk over. Here it is, Jay Leno got his head stuck underneath under the hood of this Chrysler 300, 55 I think it was. And I'm thinking, and he sees my hat on. He says, what do you do? I said, oh, I'm George's sidekick. He says, oh yeah. And here he is, he's underneath the hood of the car, and he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on, because he had just brought somebody home. I guess the show got off, and he brought somebody home, dropped him off at the Four Seasons, and he was getting ready to leave, and the car broke, stopped running. So, and he don't even have a flashlight. That's all. Hey Jay, I'll go get you a flashlight. So I run over to my apartment, pick up a flashlight, come back across the street. Here's him and I underneath the hood of the car, trying to figure it out why it won't start. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him. I said, no, I don't know. I grew up in Detroit. Sounds like I don't know why it won't start. So we checked the spark plugs and the wiring and the points, and, you know, nothing's working. And Jay says, well, you know, hey, I'll just call the truck and they'll come out and they'll pick it up. They'll pick it up, and you know, everything's good. And I said, okay. So he noticed my hat, and he says to me, oh, well, you know, you work for George? And I said, yeah, I'm a guy, because, you know, I was right hand. I do things for George personally. And he says, oh, he says, well, okay. And so that was about the end of the story. And the flatbed came, and he picked up the truck, and I gave my phone number, and you know, so, and that was that. And so I'm up at George's house, working on the Beamer. Oh yeah, he did ask me a couple of questions about what kind of car George drove, and I said, oh, I drove a BMW. And he said, oh, okay. And we chit-chatted for a couple of minutes. And so a few days later, I'm up at George's house, and I'm detailing the BMW and giving it a wash job, because the show's on, you know, and you got a style in Hollywood and all that kind of. That's just a part of the game. Leno calls me. I'm at George's house, and I said, hey. He says, oh yeah, you know, it needed points. He says, but everything's fine now. Lo and behold, I didn't know that George was going to go on the show a few days later. So guess what happened? George goes on the show, goes on Leno's show. They end up talking about me being out helping him fix the car. Well, you know, George didn't kind of like that, because it took his celebrity time away. But you know, things happen. But that's one of my little stories of who you never know who you may meet and greet in Hollywood, just because of the fact. And it's all kind of like timing again. Here we are. So, blessings over and out from the Gofor.